All right, we're live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Arm Wrestling Showcase number 45. You all know our host, Kane Fontecchio with Alpha Empire Arm Wrestling, and myself, Josh Edwards with Nowhere to Run. Tonight, we're going to be talking about a lot of special things coming up in the sport of arm wrestling, especially here in our home, California. We have some exciting things like the featherweight round robin, the sponsorship, some things that we're doing to try to help the sponsorship gain some more traction, and also be talking about some other things that we're adding to the event coming up, the documentary, things like that. Just gonna sit here and go back and forth with some of our ideas and talk to you guys in the chat and see if we can get some things rolling.
Right
Kane,
on,
how you
man.
doing tonight?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. How are you doing this evening?
Pretty good. Pretty good. Sitting here repping DFK, Don Father Knows.
That he does. That he
Look at
does.
that.
Yeah, man.
The stoke is real.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah.
that's definitely a life goal. Be a legend in two different, completely different sports. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we've got a few
Even
people.
getting that moniker.
Yeah, we've got a few people in the chat. We got the Drew back hanging out with us. What's up? Arm Trivial channel.
Yo.
What's up? We got Grace Bear in the house, and we got Carl Gerke in the house. What's up, everybody?
Bunch
And
of strong people.
yeah, yeah. And so yeah, we've got a lot to cover. We do want to do a little bit of an auction, give people a chance to bid for some donations to the Southern California sponsorship. And also yeah, Josh and I we've talked and we seem to be open to doing a few challenges to get some more donations into the GoFundMe. The GoFundMe is in the description section of this video down below. Go check that out. So we've got the GoFundMe that we're doing for to sponsor a California two California arm wrestlers, one from the north, one from the south, to support them competing out of state at an event of their choice, and the money will go directly to those accommodations to do that. Travel, food, all that. If they decide they want to use it to go to worlds, go out of the country, it might just cover the flights. I don't know, but that all depends on how much we can raise for them. So
Yeah.
exciting times. We've already got a little bit raised. We're gonna just have to keep pounding it out for the next 3+ months and find some creative methods of raising it. There would be uh ways we could do it with the event that people have talked to me about, charging people to do this or that at North vs. South, where we will be unveiling the winner. But we're not really looking to go that route. We will do a final what is it called? Offering is what they would say in a church.
Mhm.
But yeah, after the winner is announced for which two arm wrestlers will get the sponsorship, we'll do one more offering for people to throw cash in a bucket, or go directly to the website and do that. Underneath that GoFundMe in the description is Tara Terry's GoFundMe. She's technically also a California native who reps our state very, very well, and she's been personally running a GoFundMe to get to Worlds. So far, she's been doing really, really good, getting there. So all the support we can give, we should. We should. The only other thing, I guess I could just recap a little bit on the California sponsorship, where we're at with that. In fact, I should pull it up. So we went around to all of the team heads in California that we know of. There's a lot of new teams. There's I don't know all the ones up north. Josh doesn't know all the ones up south, but we've been doing our best trying to kind of like sort that out. And we tasked each of the team heads in California to pick two names to nominate. And those two names One of them had to be somebody from their own team that they think deserves to be sponsored for travel. And the other name had to be somebody from the other end of the state, which helped keep things kind of non-biased, so we're not just backing our teammates. And also it created the ability to vote on people like your Mike Browns, your Blanca Vegas, your Martin Kemps, who don't really affiliate with a team, but are very active arm wrestlers. So, yeah, the outcome was 20 arm wrestlers, 10 from the north, 10 from the south, and now it is being put to the public, the arm wrestling community, to vote each of those down to 5 finalists. So we're going to whittle it down to 5 finalists from the north, 5 finalists from the south. And once we have those 5 finalists, we will, at North vs. South, July 20th, there will be a ballot vote, a controlled ballot vote in person, where everyone is going to have the chance to vote for the one person from the north that they think deserves it and the one person from the south that thinks they deserve it. And then we will unveil the winners there. The last thing I want to touch on before I hand it over to you and your thoughts on this, Josh, is we knew going into this, especially when you're dealing with money, it can complicate things. It can be very difficult. It can be difficult to make everybody happy. And I'm personally, with how it's gone so far, I'm really happy. Like I'm pleased with the amount of people that seem to be supporting it, voting. It's gotten a ton of votes for the finalists, even from people out of the state, which is even more amazing. I love that. I love that people from out of the state that gain nothing from this except for hoping that maybe our guy comes and competes with you. That's awesome. Well, it'd be even more awesome if some of the people out of state, they, threw a few bucks in the GoFundMe to donate to the cause. That would be amazing. I noticed that Texas was interesting. They made some comment about the concept. And yeah, there's just been a lot of communication and, excuse me, traction going on with that. There were a couple other ideas and thoughts on it, and like potentially having done a lottery instead, whether or not we're using favoritism, the teams, like whether or not they picked the right nominees, all different things, which were, really great thoughts and considerations, which we get, like we understand it. And from our perspective, trying to materialize something that wasn't really there before, we also have to factor in what's going to get the most support across the board. No matter what, it's going to be hard to get it perfect, but we are really trying to find a good place to start with it. We definitely agreed. We did talk about before starting this the idea of a lottery, and we liked more the idea of the community itself, especially the local community, starting with the team heads, deciding like who's actually active, who would take that sponsorship and run with it. Not to mention there was a very specific criteria. So this plays into anybody that has any thoughts into the nominees that were not really who they think should be the nominees, the top 20. Um, let's see, how do I put this? So each team head was given a criteria. I did mention this when I put this out, but the criteria was not to send, our top level arm wrestlers that are already getting like money offers to compete out of state, or already have, arm wrestled in big productions all over the world or country. This is our chance to help support our California arm wrestlers that haven't had that opportunity yet. We're getting behind them and helping with that. So each of those team heads had the same criteria. I can't force the same perception, nor can Josh, on these team heads. We can simply give it to them and try to summarize it as best we can, like what we're looking for. But they're going to have their own impression of what that means to them. Okay. Now, I'm not in disagreement with it. If I had my personal choices for those top 20, yes, they would probably look a little bit different. But I'm not in disagreement with everyone's perception in terms of who they decided to nominate. So any discrepancies beyond that, this is our chance to vote, because I do know that we do have two superstars out of that list that we can vote on. I do know that, at least two of the people, on this top 20 list deserve this sponsorship for sure. It's up to you guys to decide who deserves that, so put in your votes, build that pot on the GoFundMe, and we in one way we tried to make it as like what complicated as we could to be fair, but not be overly complicated. It was hard, like laying this out to the community, like this is like a 3-step process of what we're doing. But that 3-step process, I think creates kind of a fair process that starts from a good place and is kind of given to the community from there. And for the final winners, it's not something that is decided by social media. It's going to be decided by the people that show up at North First South. Going to be a lot of local Californians. They're going to see them perform, and it's I think it's going to work out good. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, excuse me. I definitely do. And I also agree that the perception matters so much, right? It depends on how you look at this. The way I look at this, it's all about the arm wrestlers for the arm wrestlers. You can go to a dozen tournaments anywhere, and especially in our state, usually we'll see the same guys, take the top prize most of the time, whether it's an overall or winning the class, whatever it is. This takes the prize, right? The prize is accumulated by the community. There's no entry fee at North versus South. There's no charge. This is completely free to everyone. So you think about that, and you take a few dollars that you might have spent at a normal tournament, and you put it in this GoFundMe, and now somebody, a random person that you choose, gets to win a really cool prize that maybe they normally wouldn't have been able to win at a tournament because these same veterans are winning every tournament. So when you think about it that way, and you think, okay, I can take the $30 that would be my entry fee at a tournament, for my right and left arm, whatever it is. I could put it straight towards this, and we could watch somebody go experience something that might motivate them to not only change their sport athletic path, but might motivate them for different things in life. It's a really cool opportunity that we all have. And I want to say, first of all, thank you to everyone that has helped and thought about helping. Every dollar goes such a long way for this, and it really does matter. We're letting these people know and continuing to share the love in our community and let them know that they're all important. No matter what level you're at, no matter what you do, you're going out here, you're putting yourself on the line, you're important, and you have the opportunity to win something just like anybody else. And so if people are wondering, about intentions or whatever, it should show. This whole event that we're doing is the community coming together, whether it's photographers, videographers, MCs, people that are all coming together and doing this without any monetary thing. This is all everybody just working together. And so it's the same thing with this GoFundMe. We're all working together. It's a fast food meal. You cut one out and you put it in the GoFundMe, and it just adds up really quick. So we could.
Uh-oh. I don't think it's on my end, Josh, but you're breaking up on me. You just froze. Damn, that was really well said too. Chat, we're not it's not my end, right? Chat, we're still up. Oh, there you are, Josh. You're moving. You there, Josh? Okay, I think we're good. Yeah, you just cut off like maybe 10 seconds ago. Um,
Okay, I'm sorry.
a fast
Either
food
way,
meal. A fast food meal. That's
yeah,
what we're-
it's one fast food meal to cut out of your week, whatever it is. But like I said, every dollar goes a long way. Don't feel shy if you can only afford $10, because it all adds up, and it's going to add up to this beautiful prize that someone gets. And the onus is on you. The onus is on all of us to put our vote out there and to send who we think is the one to go. And whoever makes it, like Kane said, it's a live ballot that day. You're going to be able to watch that day, the excitement, and somebody that, just like the table last year, somebody that thought maybe they had no chance to win and their name gets called. So it's all about that. It's about what we can share together. And this is for the arm wrestlers. This is for our community. That's what it's
Absolutely.
about.
Yeah, very, very, very well said. And so the GoFundMe, I did, it really is just a few bucks, and it really is set up pretty easy to make your donation if you just click the link down below here. And yeah, the Drew said curious, why not use give, send, go instead? Many of us have a bad taste in our mouths because of the role of GoFundMe did in the Tucker convoy in Canada, as one main example. I understand if no choice. I had no idea there was any discrepancies or any hot news or anything like that with GoFundMe. I did know that they add like a tax or something on top of it. If you're donating like $60, it like charges $6 extra or whatever. So you can just factor that into whatever, if you're donating 20 and you want it to just be 20, then donate like 15, $16 or something. I don't know, something like that. The issue I had with doing something that was tax-free, like maybe Zelle or something, I don't know how Give, Send, Go operates, but I didn't want something too attached to me. I wanted an easy platform that was already set up, easy for people to make their donation. To me, that's well worth the cost of the tax or whatever. And I would think that a lot of the community would be happy to contribute. Hopefully that thing with GoFundMe isn't too gnarly. It seems like Tara's is going well, but open to any thoughts on that. Seems to be going fine so far, though. We've got Aaron Allen in the house. What's up? We've got Don Mormon is in the house. Where did I see you, Don? You were up there. There you are. What's up, Don? Parker. Yeah, yeah. He's rocking your gear, man. Parker Kimber. Hello from Utah. You guys are great. Stay strong. Yeah. Or maybe I'll get strong at some point. We got the Drew said, yeah, it was on your end. Benny Ringer's in the house. What's up? What up, Benny? What's up? Todd Calzo is in the house as well. Saw your training video with Elijah. Looked like you got that pulley hooked up for side pressure now. Uh-oh, watch out when that boy's got his side pressure. Wow, man. Let's see. Caribbean Bull is in the house. What's up? Oh, we got Terra Terry in here as well. So three. Okay. So I'm going to pull up the leaderboard uh for the sponsorship vote. Let's see where we're at live. And I will also pull up GoFundMe to see live anybody that happens to chip in. Okay, so first let's take a look at where's the North, guys. Okay, here we go. Good God, we got 393 votes just for the North. Just for the North 10. That's amazing. This is like how many days? Just a few days we've had this out.
Less than a week. I mean, yeah, a week.
So I will start with what looks like the leaders. Holy crap, River Welch got a lot of votes. Good Lord. Oh my gosh. River Welch might be in the lead. It's so far it's a close one between him and Caleb. So River Welch has 43% of the votes right now at 171 votes. Josh, remind me which team River primarily trains on. Is that your team? I know he's a North guy.
Oh yeah, yeah. That river's nowhere to run all day.
All day? All right.
That's it. That's it. Yeah,
I
he's
love
nowhere to
it.
run. He
Okay,
lives. He lives right down the street.
perfect. And then let's see, in second, it looks like we've got Caleb Armbender. We all know Caleb. He got 135 votes, which is 34% of the vote for the North right now. A lot of people voting for him. And let's see who else we got. So right now they're in the top two, and bear in mind uh the percentages that so what do you think? I didn't put a whole lot of thought into this yet, Josh. So when we do the final vote in person with the ballot, um what do you think about keeping that completely separate? Do you think that should be separate, like we're starting from scratch with those five finalists? Or do you think we should be incorporating the votes that existed up until that point?
Uh, no, I mean, if we've decided to leave it in the community's hands, like that's where it has to be. That's so. Yeah, I think we kind of got to let it go. If we're making the top five, then yeah, it
Oh, with a
should
new
be
vote.
fresh that day. It should
Yeah.
be whoever made it to that finals. It's a fresh scorecard. But I also do know that by looking at some of the votes, and if we, the criteria that you and I talked about, and whatnot, I do think that we'll have to go maybe weed through some stuff and just make sure that everything is qualifying for everybody,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Because I think we decided, correct me if I'm wrong, but did we decide that it's like only the arm wrestling community's votes count, or are they allowed to just have any votes?
Well, that was a big benefit to it being a live ballot vote at North versus South, because like the vast majority of people in attendance that even would want to vote would probably be a part of the community and arm
No,
wrestling.
no, no. I mean now. I mean right now, like the votes that we see right now,
Yeah,
the people that are going to make it to the top five, uh, did we or did we not? I don't. I really am asking.
all right.
Um, do non-arm wrestlers' votes count for these right now? For them to get in the top five, can they have their mom and sister and brother vote that have nothing to do with arm wrestling? Is it that type of vote?
Well, we can check. My assumption by doing this, starting it through the California Arm Wrestling page to whittle it to the five finalists, is I'm pretty sure you'd have to be a member of that page, right, to be able to put a vote in, or could River or Caleb, send the link to family members that are not members of the California Arm Wrestling page and still make a vote. I
I
don't.
think so.
You think they can? Hmm.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I think
Okay.
they can. And I
I
just want to be fair to everyone. Um, and I don't know that, again, whatever we decide, cool. But if we can, if we can cherry pick for ourselves, and I can go and hit up, all of my family and friends right now and say, hey, vote for me so I make it to the top five. And
right.
let's say now I win the ballot, the live ballot, right? But me getting to that top five was padded this way. Um, that's what I'm curious and concerned about.
Okay.
If
So,
we're being open and we're just letting whoever vote, then that's fine. I mean, at North versus South, there's going to be a lot of family members. Are we only going to let the competitors vote?
right.
Yeah,
Let's run a test right now. Let's see. I'm calling my wife. She's over in the house. Let's see.
Hey, babe.
Hey, you're on the show right now. What So are you on Facebook? Are you one of the members of the California Arm Wrestling League page?
I think so.
You think you are?
Yeah, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Huh. Well, that doesn't help. Yeah, was hoping you wouldn't be. See if you can go onto that page and let me know if you're not like if it doesn't like let you on if you're not a member. I'm gonna send you a link for a vote thing and see if you're able to do that, okay?
Okay.
All right, thanks. Okay, so where were we over here for
You know what that reminded me of when you called Malia right now?
what's that?
WNBC. Just just to calling people live on the show.
Okay. So texting her the link now. I wouldn't be too opposed. Like if these people are able to, you know, the contenders, if they're able to get their family and friends in their voting as well somehow. I'm not that against it. Obviously, they have a lot of support. The thing I do want to see more of, honestly, I hadn't checked in the votes in a couple days. Dude, that's way too many votes per versus donations. Like, I mean, come on, man. I have to get back into the GoFundMe, but yeah, all these people that are like getting behind these arm wrestlers, man, come on, get over on that GoFundMe. You know, the vote's important, but like,
I
you
mean, if each you said there was 390 something votes for the North.
yeah, yeah,
If each one of them people, okay, donated $10,
yep.
we'd be at the goal.
Yeah, pretty just right there. Yeah. And that's like with still 3 months to go. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. But so as of now, we'll see what Malia says. But so as of now, we're not looking too much at the point that like Rivers ahead of Caleb. We're looking at the point of who is our current top five, you know, and maybe by how much. So I'm gonna go down. It looks like Casey, the Grizzly Stevens, could be in contention. He's got 28 votes and 7% of the vote. Let's see. Does anybody have more than that? We've got Jeffrey Ray at 21 votes, 5%, excuse me, of the vote. Austin Fenley is at 4%, which is 16 votes, 145 pounds or something like that. So you guys get familiar with Chewy. So, but right now, at this point, it looks like we've got River. So River Welch, Caleb, Armbender, Casey Stevens, Austin Fenley, and Jeffrey Ray. Those are your guys right now from the North that are in the lead for your top five. Other contenders are Goyo. You might know him as the Caribbean Bull. Jose Gregorio Delgado Rosales. That is a killer name right there. We've got Ilya Konstantinov is in there. He's also when it comes to like the epitome of this criteria, that's your guy right there.
Him and Chewy are two of the ones, and it's funny because they have such a little number of votes, but it's exactly like you said. It goes right with the criteria. Them two are two sleepers. They're ones that you might not know. They show up to a tournament, you have no idea who they are, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh wow. They're special dudes. You know they
Right.
are. I do urge everybody to definitely go look them up and get behind them.
Yep.
Get behind them.
Ilya Konstantinov. Honestly, I'd go as far as to say like it wouldn't be weird to throw him in a battle royale or a round robin with Mega Mike, Tom Nelson, Derek Smith, just as that sleeper. You know, he's good. He's very strong. And all of those guys I've mentioned, I'm pretty sure they've all pulled with him and said the same thing. He's
Yeah.
newer to the game, but I mean, come on. Like if
He's
that's
only pulled Mega Mike once, but he has the win on Mega Mike. So just
yep,
so
there you go.
everybody could, the level. It was left-handed, but still Mega Mike is no slouch on either arm. Um, so yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those. And Chewy is the same type of way. His first tournament that he ever pulled, he walked in and he won the 150 class and pulled up to the 165 and then made it to the finals with Caleb. Yeah.
Yeah, Chewy's so good that he's so for this one 45 featherweight round robin to create a featherweight class, he could easily be in that. That's like his walk around weight. Some of these other guys might be cutting a little bit to get down to that. But Chewy at 145 pounds, just like our Christian Zepeda, um, like already kills it in the 165s, you know. Both ranked guys. So just a quick review rundown of who your actual
Give me
10.
1 second.
Yeah. The 10 contestants: Ilya Konstantinov. We've got Goyo the Caribbean Bull. We've got Casey Grizzly Stevens, Austin Fenley, Caleb Armbender, River Welch, Brandon Ryan. Love you, Brandon. You're also the epitome of this. And most of us that are arm wrestlers that have been around a little bit, we know exactly who you are. We got Jeffrey Ray, new in the game, badass. Definitely a badass. We got Chewy Espindola, and we've got Jake Collins. Jake Collins also coming up in the game. Real strong dude, and would love to see him have some more opportunities in this sport as well. Let's bounce over to the north. See what we got. Okay. So, and I found out I spelled his name wrong. I believe Ed Bedrosian said it's Kevin Aguayo, and I spelled it as Aragayo. I don't think he's on social media, so I had to kind of like ask people, and I guess I just got it wrong. So for our South candidates, Kevin Aguayo. Oh, and the thing about that was like the poll already started getting a bunch of action, and I can edit. I'm pretty sure I can edit the description up top. Maybe not even that. Pretty sure the only thing I can do is add names or potentially subtract names. But people already started throwing in their votes and everything, and it won't let me like change a name. Um, we've got Grace Bear in there who's in the chat, and I am absolutely loving that Grace is getting a ton of votes. She's getting a bunch of votes. We've got Big Alan Hodsey Pesic, who runs the Orange County team. He's also a sleeper. I don't know. Most of us know who he is. He's been around, but like, what the hell? We got to get this monster out there. He also runs the Bruheim Mega Practice, which happens the first Sunday of every month at Bruheim in Anaheim, and most of the Southern California teams, we all get together at that practice. North people come down sometimes. It's going to be a big one this Sunday. Y'all come down for that if you can. There's going to be a few super matches. I will have a super match with Adam Silver, and it'll just be a good time. This is when we get all of us together and just have fun, celebrate the sport. We got Christian Zepeda in there from the Compound Arm Wrestling team. We got Paul Stevens is in there. Chris Zawacki, who's a very strong new arm wrestler. I believe he's in the 205 pound category. We've got Andy Langfield, my teammate, who is also, and he's been in, I think, a few years now, and just really, really killing it. I believe he has a win on Caleb. A little bit, his walk around weight's a little bit heavier, but yeah, Andy's just making huge, huge strides. We've got Ed Bedrosian is in there. We've got Scott Wynn, and we've got Michael Brown. And happy to see that we've got it's a little bit more of a competition, it seems like, in the South. Grace and Christian definitely have a bigger majority of the votes. Let's see. It looks like Grace Bear has the lead for the South. She's got 26% of the votes at 30 votes. In second place so far is Christian Zepeda with 23% of the votes, 27 votes. And then in third, who is it? It looks like it's going to be Michael Brown. He's got 12 votes, which is 10% of the votes. That makes 1, 2, 3. Or is it Alan? It might be Alan Hodsey. Yeah, Alan's got more. He's got 15 votes at 13% of the votes. So Alan's in third, Mike Brown's in fourth, and our fifth place candidate is going to be Kevin Aguayo. Oops, that just changed my vote. Let me put my vote back. Okay. All right, there we go. Kevin's got 9 votes at 7%. So as of now, those are your top 5 so far. Still got plenty of time. We've got Grace. You might know her as Little Bear. We've got Christian Zepeda, Alan Hodzi Pesic, Michael Brown, and Kevin Aguayo. But you know, pretty much everybody has votes for the South. Paul Stevens got a few votes. Chris Sawacki has a few votes, which included Alan Fisher. Alan Fisher got behind Chris. That tells you something right there, as well as Paul Stevens. We've got votes for Andy Langfield. Let's see. Ooh, we got a lot of them are Alpha Empire votes, of course, but looks like Eric Gonzalez from the North gave Andy a vote as well. We've got votes for Ed Bedrosian, Scott Wynn. So as far as I'm concerned, everyone's in contention, you know, both in the North and the South. It can really go any way. But yeah, Josh, I think we should figure out. I haven't heard back from Malia yet. Oh, wait. She said, yes, I saw the poll with the top 3 NorCal guys, but couldn't click on it to see the other 7. But could you vote? Question mark. So you're not a member of the California Arm Wrestling League on Facebook? Question mark. Okay, see what she says about that. So now another post that I put on the California Arm Wrestling page was if anybody could if you could envision arm wrestling. Well, let me just read the actual post because I'm going to want to pull it up anyways. So let's see. Okay, yeah, if you could make the sport of arm wrestling evolve to anything you want in 3 years, what would it look like? And that did get a lot of traffic. Now, to me, this question kind of plays into everything that we're trying to do, you know, because we're not simply we didn't say, oh, it would be fun to do a featherweight round robin, or, oh, like, you know, it would be neat to like sponsor an arm wrestler. All of this stuff is kind of like a story being written backwards, you know. We know where we want to see the sport. And if you kind of like trace that backwards, you can kind of start to see, materialize, formulate methods of doing that. Some people might think it's weird. How does it grow the sport for the community to be sponsoring people? You know, I feel like at first glance that might seem a little bit weird. Like why do we put money into ourselves? So the biggest beauty that I see in it is mostly contributes to what you were talking about earlier, Josh, putting the spotlight on people that normally wouldn't get it. Now, how can that not build the sport? So first and foremost, yes, the sport is growing exponentially. You have to know that. If you've been in the sport a little while, you have to know that. I can tell you personally that when I first got into the sport a few years back, if I talk to somebody about arm wrestling, I've just met a complete stranger and, you know, they're like, what are you into? And I'm like, I'm an arm wrestler. I like to arm wrestle. They're like, what? People do that? Like, what's arm? Like, where do you do that? You go to a bar and you bet money? Like, how does this happen? And but now when I get in that conversation with a new stranger, 9 times out of 10, their response is more like, "Oh, I've been wanting to try that. I've been seeing that on YouTube. Do you know The Whisperer? Do you know Devin Larratt?" And so those things alone are like telling me, man, like normal people that don't do this, like know it's something going on. I didn't know it was going on. I had to kind of fall face first into it, like by complete accident, because it wasn't out there the way it is right now. So right now we have like this open canvas to do so much to grow the sport. And if we're primarily focused on the tippy top, the elites, and seeing the same thing with them over and over and over, it's sort of growing the spectatorship, but that has a ceiling. We can only see so much of that. For it to start, I feel like growing at a bigger level, both in terms of spectatorship and the community itself, I feel like everybody at those like numerous levels below it has to see opportunity and exposure. Um, uh, just a lot more trickle down, and if we don't have the money evolved yet and backing to see people like that uh uh get sponsorship and stuff like that, we just got to do it ourselves. And by, yeah, shining the light on everybody that's like entry level pro starting to do really good, that needs that extra push, we're lifting the whole community up. That's kind of my take, like on the sponsorship program. It's the same thing with the featherweight class. If we keep seeing featherweights come in this sport and they have nowhere to go, like, and it doesn't make sense for them to compete. And in terms of spectatorship, people that don't arm wrestle very much, who are the ones that they're going to relate to the most? Are they going to relate to the monsters and stuff that, make up such a small percentage of the population? Or are they going to relate to the people that are like 5'10", 140, 160 pounds or something like that? And not only be like, hey, I can relate to that, but maybe I can like do this sport too, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, with any type of in my opinion, with any type of product, um, whether it be a sport, food, whatever it is. Um, you have to see that the consumer is willing to consume it and they're willing to put forth the effort to do that, whether it's going to buy the food or, selling your hamburger on the street corner until you sell so much that you open a business. It's the same thing, but with sponsorship, and we're wondering how does that help us, right? If I am a big brand and I have the ability to go and sink, into something and make it grow, I'm going to want to see that it has support, especially from its own community.
That's
And
right.
when I see that this sport is being supported by its own community and that they are consuming this sport, now I know that with the right investment or the right, maneuverability, that we can now feed this on a bigger scale. And so that's what it does. It shows that we are willing to support our own thing, that we are willing to consume this. We want to consume this in whatever way possible. And what that does is it lets somebody who is the bigger, step on the stool understand and be willing to invest that time and effort, because now they say, okay, I'll get behind this because they're behind this. If
Hmm.
we keep on staying hidden and small and tight knit, and it's great that we're a tight knit community, but if we keep staying niche and small like this, then who's going to want to get behind that? Right? It almost at that point feels like it's a closed door fraternity, and it's like, oh, once they get in, they realize, wow, this community is amazing. But from the outside looking in, it's like, oh, it's a bunch of tough guys. They don't, probably hard to approach, this and that. We have to let people know that it's different. We have to let people know that we have a supportive family-based community. And that's what this is. That sells to everyone. That
Right.
sells to the mom and the little kids and everybody. They know, wow, these people really support each other. They help each other. I want to help it. That's how it helps us. And that's
Absolutely.
just one way.
100%. Yep. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm going to go down that post and see what a few of the responses were in terms of what some of the California community envisions for this sport in 3 years from now, like where they'd like to see it. Let me first catch up in the chat a little bit. We got a few people in here. We got Spacey says Grace versus Terry rematch. Winner faces Levon. I love it. I love that. Yes. And Grace Little Bear said she's got to get through Devon first. And yeah, Spacey says Devon will already be champ at that point. Levon will be the #1 contender match. Interesting. Benjimac in the house. What's up, Benji? Uh, let's see. Benji says me versus River Welch. Ah,
It's already locked in, buddy. It's already locked in. You guys are going both hands at North versus South.
gorgeous. Love it. Love
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where River's at. Um, yeah, man, I can't wait. All these matches are going to be great, and some of them are just put together because they're going to be good matches. Some of them
Just
might,
so Benji knows,
yeah,
when River was offered that match, he was very excited. Like he holds Benji to a high regard, and it's one of those
should.
River looks at it as a huge opportunity to see where he's at, and so he definitely respects Benji a lot, and he was thrilled to be able to have the opportunity.
Hell yeah. Yep. That's what I love to hear. We've also got Jose Tavares is in the house. He says greetings. What's up, Jose Tavares? He is Mexico's national champion in the lightweight category, and I have been tasked to arm wrestle him in Mexicali, May 4th. Looking forward to seeing you there, man. We will definitely go to war and we will definitely hang out afterwards, have a beer, and looking forward to getting to know all of you guys out there. There's several that I do know. I just haven't met you yet, and all you guys are the best out there. Really nice hospitality and everything. I really hope a lot of the community shows up for that Mexico event. It's going to be crazy. A lot of good super matches. They're going to have a tournament. We've also got Terry saying, let's go, Grace. You deserve it. She says, my dad says he will donate another 100 if Josh stops vaping. Are we talking like for good or just on the show? Like on this episode?
If it's just this episode, it's done. I'll keep it down.
And
But
after the auction, though, just to let you know, we are going to accept some challenges. I know I have some ideas for myself that I'd be willing to do. I'm not going to speak for Josh at this point, but yeah, towards the end of the show, we'll have a little fun with that and see where that goes. Let's see. Grace Little Bear says, I'm thankful for all of you. And Benny Ringer, let's see. Haha, that's gold. They're laughing to each other. Javier Martinez, my teammate, is in the house. What's up, Javier? Jeff Ray is in the house. He says, what's up, guys? He says, truly appreciate the nomination. Whoever nominated me, you deserve it, Jeff. We're actually working on a match setup for Jeffrey Ray right now. I don't think I'm going to put it out just quite yet, but we are working hard to get Jeffrey Ray a great match. It's
Javier Martinez has a match that just got locked in.
Oh,
So,
did it? You locked that one in too? All right. All right. Yeah, there's a lot of good matches I'm psyched about.
Damn it, Robert.
What?
He just messaged me and said, gotcha now. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did.
I will
My
check in
hands are,
on me in a
I'll
second.
keep it down for the show.
The Drew says, Benji, yes, you should have Kane and company part of your special event you want to get going. What special event? Yeah. Tell me about it. Paul Stevens is in the house. What's up? Let's see. Yes, Jeff Ray says, with enough support in the community, it will attract bigger investors. 100%. The interesting thing about this community, like Josh says, it does seem a little bit closed off, but in and of itself, the people that are participating and competing and working hard, and investing in themselves, it's strong, like it's big, it's mighty. You take all that mighty power and you center it in different directions, that is also contributing to growing the sport, planting those seeds. Man, there's nothing we can't do. There really isn't. Primarily what we know of in terms of investing for this sport, it's our equipment, what we need to do to get strong. It's paying for registrations and travel to go compete, even if we're not going to win a cash payout or something like that. But there's other types of investing for, do you want any of those things to change? Do you want to feel like you're not just spending money on your training? Do you want to feel like a legitimate pro and not pay to enter a tournament? Not that there's anything wrong with that right now. We like have to do that. It's facilitating competitions for us. So I have nothing wrong with being charged at this point. But man, wouldn't it be awesome for both sides? The promoters, those that are running events, and the pros, if they were able to get not just money a different way, but more money. I want to see them succeed. And I also want to see pros show up to a tournament because they are legitimate pros for whatever criteria. They're there to compete. They deserve it, and they don't need to be paying for entries. Amateurs and novices, why not? It could, I'm sure, contribute to some costs. But man, can you picture that? To go in and feel like a legit pro and
I'm glad you said that, because the one of the whole ideas, at first and still, for North versus South, is exactly that. Like the athletes are the entertainment, and this is like the one of the only sports where the entertainment has to pay to be the entertainment. Um, yes, North versus South, it's in its infancy. We have a lot of things that we're growing, and we're going to continue to dial in. But I believe that starting it off this way primes the athletes for, what they should be doing. Like the whole saying, "Fake it till you make it." Right? We have to
yep,
act as if.
pretty
We have
much.
to act as if. Right?
Yep.
And so, yeah, the more that we can do that, the more that we can have really cool after parties and cool events where we're all getting together and hanging out. And it's like, man, all I had to do was drive to get here. Um, Everybody that shows up to North versus South is showing up because they love the sport.
Yep. Yeah.
That's what they're showing up for. It's all about, just the love of arm wrestling and having some cool matches with our peers. That's what it's about. The pride is the most important thing. Like, as far as the match, right? We didn't even have medals or anything last year or anything like that. Um, this year we have some cool things in the works, but still, it's just for the arm wrestlers. You don't have to pay for any of that. You just come, you show up, you support by showing up, and us packing the house. Because the more that we pack the house, just like you said, just like Jeff just said in the comments, the more that we pack the house, we show the bigger name sponsors and people's, okay, this is something worth getting involved in.
Yep.
The more
Yeah.
that it's a ghost town and people show up, they're going to look and laugh and say, yeah, that's what I thought. That's what the stereotype is. So
Definitely. Definitely. Yeah, I'm
I think,
just so happy to help at any capacity with North versus South. I think it's beautiful. It's everything we need, and real psyched about everything that's happening. We've got quite a few people in the chat, so I'm about to get right into this auction here.
let's
Um
go.
yeah. So yeah, just hello, Paul Gerke. What's up, Paul Gerke? We got Mr. Krakowian, Jeffrey Ray saying, just like other niche sports and interests, YouTube is king. It will help us grow. Yeah, this documentary is going to be sick too. Telling that whole story is going to be good. It's going to be really good. Parker Kimber. Oh, we got Jamie. Jamie Sheldon is in the house. Natfit LLC saying, "What's up, buff guys?" Yeah. We got Jeffrey Ray saying, ultimately, arm wrestling has to grow enough for promotions to make money off of branding an event, live events on YouTube and TV. Yep. Paul Stevens says, I'm looking forward to pulling Old Man Don, the stud McClary at North versus South. Love it. Okay.
That's going to be awesome. Thank you so much, Paul and Don. Thank you, everyone. Again, I can't say it enough, but just everybody, thank you for supporting again, and all the people that have reached out for wanting matches and to be a part of it. By the looks of things right now, it's going to be bigger than last time, and last time it was pretty decent. So thank you to everybody who's willing to, make that drive again and come and have a blast for the weekend.
Definitely.
I
Okay.
think that wait, isn't that one more thing that we were going to talk about? We'll talk about it after the auction, but remember the after party thing we were talking about? For
Which
the
part
people
of
that
it
didn't
though?
want to,
Oh yeah. Oh,
yeah.
totally. Yeah. That's
Okay.
huge.
Okay.
That's huge. Okay.
Okay.
Well, we got everybody here and their attention. We're gonna open the auction process. So this here, if you can all see it, is an Alpha Empire flag. And the dimensions are
It's an NFT.
is a no. So the dimensions are 2 feet by 3 feet. So
Okay.
it's a decent sized flag, Alpha Empire flag, the first of its kind. Derek Smith already is working with his girlfriend Bridget to have it made. I believe it's been ordered. It's done deal. Derek Smith is going to sign that flag, and we will send it to the winner of this auction. We will have more auctions like this. I think I mentioned that in a Facebook post on the California Arm Wrestling page that Derek is also offering to auction a private training session with him virtually, where you can send him your training footage, anything like that, and he will take out a chunk of time to work with you, over the phone, Zoom. If the winner happens to be local, I'm sure he'd be willing to like meet up or something like that. But we will work that out and do that on a different show. For this show, during the course of the show, we are officially opening for bidding for the flag. Okay. The first of its kind, what did I say? 2 feet by 3 feet. Yeah, 2 feet by 3 feet, Alpha Empire flag signed by Derek Smith. Keep in mind, Derek Smith is the future of this sport. He's already the king of California. He's a badass. He's earned his spot in Turkey at East versus West, king of the table. And most of us that know Derek know his potential is just huge. So this would be a really cool piece of memorabilia to get in on now. So
Keep in
yeah,
mind, one thing. I'm sorry, I don't want to, but keep in mind this money that is raised from this auction, every bit of it is going directly to the sponsorship. So this is a way to sponsor the GoFundMe, but you're going to get memorabilia for your sponsorship, for your donation. So
correct.
keep that in mind. Every dollar that is raised from this is going directly to the sponsorship.
Definitely.
Thank you,
Yep.
Derek.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, Josh and I are not getting any money out of this GoFundMe at all. So yeah, it's all going to the big pot for whoever wins this thing. So I guess the way we decided we were going to do this, you can put your bid in the chat. So if your bid is $5, put it in, you know, say put $5 in the chat. If your bid is $10, if it's $100, put that in the chat. But a lot of you who are watching might not have a YouTube account. So, but you might be on Facebook. There's maybe a good chance of that. So I'm also right now going to open it up for to place bids on the Facebook California Arm Wrestling page right now. So I'll start a feed on that, and during the course of the show, we will look on both platforms and see who got the highest bid. We will award the highest bidder at the end of the show, and you can go to the link, the GoFundMe link, and officially put that in when we announce you the winner, and we'll be talking to you to get your flag sent out to you that's signed and all that good stuff. So yeah, I'll go into Facebook, Josh, and type that up right now. I was trying to do that before the show, but my computer was giving me some problems.
That's all right. That's all right. So yeah, once again, I just want to stress the importance of this. Not only are you getting a really cool piece of memorabilia that you can hang up in your arm wrestling man cave, woman cave, whatever it is, and you can have that. That's a piece of our sports history. And also supporting our community and these arm wrestlers that have definitely put in the work to be on this voting poll and to hopefully come part of the final five and be a part of the ballot for the sponsorship. So all of this that we're doing, again, is going directly to the sponsorship. And like Kane had said earlier, we will have other things that we are doing to help with the sponsorship and creative ideas that we can try to get the community involved and help as much as possible. But yeah, like I said, looking at the numbers earlier with the amount of votes that are on there, even if everyone donated $5, every person that voted on there, if everybody donated $5, we'd be sitting at $2,600 right now.
Okay.
So it's definitely doable. It's definitely doable. And one of my favorite things about this community is that I've always seen how easy it is for them to lean on each other. It's a very supportive community. With anything that I've ever seen that people ask for support, they do it, whether it's coming to an event, whether it's helping with, donations, whether it's helping with reffing, like whatever it is. The community is very helpful, and they always are. And it's people like you and every single one of you that make a difference and make this possible. So thank you. And let's start the bidding. Let's get this thing sold to the highest bidder.
Okay, yeah, on Facebook on the California Arm Wrestling page, I wrote, "We are live on the YouTube on the show now. You can place bids here or on the show chat to win a 2x3 Alpha Empire flag signed by Derek M. Smith. Please or place bids in the comment section. We will award the highest bid at the end of the show." So we've already got in the chat, Carl Gerke is down for $40. Right on, right on.
All right, we got 40 over here. 40, 40, 40, 40, 40. Let's do it.
I hear
Not
that
very
Johnny
good at it,
Cash
but we can
song
try.
playing. I've been everywhere, man. I've been to Alabama.
Or that song, Cotton Eye Joe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one too. Okay.
Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Carl, for your bid. Is everybody going to let Carl walk away with that flag that easily? I think not. Let's get in there. Let's get this war started. Remember, every dollar is going to the sponsorship for our California athletes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Let's get those moving. Okay, so where did I want to move into from here? Well, we'll check in with the chat. We got Stephanie Spencer in the house. What's up, Stephanie Spencer? And she's saying hello. And oh, okay. I don't know if this is a challenge, Mr. Krakowian. Can you guys take off your shirts? So it's gonna be that kind of show, huh?
Wow. All right.
Like I said, we will be accepting challenges. I was thinking more like weighted pull-ups, or I had one. I don't know. You guys let us know what you want to see Josh or I do as a challenge for a donation to the sponsorship, and we will definitely consider that. See what we're willing to do. It might get a little weird on this show. Normally, this is a family show, but if it's
We might as well just do truth or dare for donations.
oh, could we could do that.
No, no.
Yeah, we'll spin the
No.
virtual bottle, Josh.
Yeah, right. We already know the type of community we have. They'll be having us doing some real funny stuff.
So yeah, one thing I was willing to do was like I've got 100 pounds in a backpack right now. I could like show their weight and put on the backpack and see if I how many weighted pull-ups I can do, if any. I could do that. I could so I don't really drink, but I've got some Fireball whiskey and a couple of these 8.2% Space Dust beers here. I would pound one of these and one of these, definitely with one of these, because I don't drink that much. And and then I'll pick up one of these guitars and try like the hardest guitar solo I know or something like that. So yeah, these are all relatively fun for me anyways. So yeah, you guys might have to kind of push me into a less safe realm, but yeah.
Well, the only liquor I have around is Irish cream,
Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah.
but I'll chug a big old cup of it.
Yeah. Oh man, that would just like destroy. I would need two of these
Yeah,
for that.
yeah.
Let's see. We've got Spacey says stripping for donations. Nice. Hey, I didn't, you said it. I didn't say that. Terry says, my dad says if Josh takes off his shirt and draws a face on his stomach and puts the vape in his belly button, he'll donate $20. So the cost of a donation is only our shame, Josh. That's all we got to do.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, you're gonna do it. All right,
Of
all
course,
right.
man. This is for our community.
Love it. Love it. All right, so oh, we got another bid in. All right. Good. Javier Martinez is in for $50. And Javier says, sorry, Carl. So we've got $50 right now for Derek Smith's signed Alpha Empire flag. You could get the first ever Alpha Empire flag made. And I bet we could get Derek to even number it somehow as being the first. Let's see. Oh shoot. Did Robert just say he would do it for 40? Let's see. Maybe he didn't know that you were actually serious about it. Let's see if Josh was sure. Give him 20. Yeah, he's gonna do it for $40, Josh, if you're there. So draw a really good face. Ooh, Paul Stevens says a crossroads face off. I like it. I like it. So there's a little where is it? Okay. Yeah, there's a little setting on this where I can change the sound to live music. Normally, like if we just have it like this and you can hear us talking clearly, if we try and like play an instrument, it like chops in and out. You can't really hear it. So I could set that on my end. I've got it preset. It would just have to get Josh to set it on his and get his musical gear out here. They call that in the industry cutting heads. That'll be fun. Yeah. What would it be worth to you guys for or anybody for us to have a Crossroads face off? And Spacey says, Tara Terry, your dad is so cool. He definitely is cool. I've been getting a kick out of getting to know Robert Terry and Tara. Yeah, both top-notch people. Let's see. Robert says, how about a North versus South against Mexico and Cali? North versus South against Mexico and Cali. Explain that to me more, Robert. I definitely like the Mexico and Cali thing. A lot of people in California don't know like how many like badasses there are in Mexico when it comes to arm wrestling. Uh, but I know a lot of them have more difficulty getting passports or the ability to travel up here into the States. So in reality, like this coming May 4th, that's your opportunity, like to go out there and test yourself against some of these Mexico arm wrestlers. It's right across the border. It's Mexicali. I've been there with Derek and Heraclio. Wasim when he was arm wrestling came out with us, my wife, and yeah, it was a great experience. Really good people. They took great care of us. So if you're more like on the inland side, like I am, it's like right across the border. Um, yeah, for me, it's only like a 3.5 hour drive. So yeah, you guys should all come to that event because you're not just testing yourself with the Mexico folks out there, but because they have a hard time getting across over to us, it really gives them an opportunity to kind of like see where they're standing with the rest of the community and be embraced by the rest of the community. So it would be great to go over there and show them some love and competition too. See, we got Big Country in the house. Oh, there is one thing I want to talk about too while we've got the bids going, the auction open. I'll get to that in just a second. Big Country says, "What's up? What's up, Big Country?" We got Monterey Top Roller. I don't know if you already responded, but are you going to the Evo Sports Expo tournament? Definitely going to be promoting it. I think Josh might be going. I don't think I will. You guys will have to remind me, is that on the 20th? I've got some plans on that date myself. But yeah, let me know. And also, like I said, I've got that super match with the Mexico national champ Jose Tavares May 4th. So I'm also pretty sure that that event is relatively close to that. But we will be promoting the hell out of it. I heard it's going to be a really good one. Carl Gurkey says, well, gotta do 60 now. Thanks, Javier. So our top bid for the flag is $60 right now. Spacey says Mexico, more like Flexico. I like that. Yeah, they're badasses out there, and almost every one of them has a pretty strong hand and wrist, or really strong hand and wrist, but they're all just strong. And okay, so until Josh gets back and he completes his challenge for Mr. Robert Terry, I want to fill you guys in on a little bit something exciting that's going to be coming from the creator of Country Crush. So I'm willing to wager that if you've been in the sport for a year or more, you know what Country Crush is. Country Crush is probably one of the most popular handles, one of the most useful handles in our sport. So little double handle like this, you can do pull downs and stuff with. Great invention. The creator is Ray Cote. And I met Ray a few years back when I was just getting into the sport. And me and Ray, we could just talk. We could like talk forever. I really like hearing his perspectives on the sport. He's a very, very smart man. And yeah, we just got to talking recently, and it sounds like he's going to be throwing some cool stuff out in California City. Ray just bought a deli. I believe he's working out a beer island, and is looking to throw some big pro. There it is. There it is. Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, I'm not an artist.
There you go, Robert. There you go. We're gonna have to
Get to donating.
we're gonna have to clip that and send it to you as well, Robert. Good for you, Josh. You're the man. You're the man. That was a really good face too. You realize that was worth 40 now.
That's what I was thinking. Dude, hey, as long as it took me, I couldn't even find a marker. I had to use my daughter's eyeliner. So that's what that was.
Yep. He brought it up to 40 bucks. So looking forward to seeing that $40 donation. We love you, Robert Terry. Robert Terry actually gave us the first donation. 100 bucks he's put in. So that'll be 140 now that Robert has contributed to the sponsor to California Arm Wrestlers. Amazing stuff. And hell yeah, Josh.
Hey, if you want me to chug a cup, Robert, I'll do that right now too. Buddy, you just tell me. You give me the thumbs up in the message. You let me know.
This is gonna be a fun episode.
I'll chug a cup for $10.
I think he's messaging me right now. He said it's on its way. You guys rock. Awesome. Okay. So I was talking about Ray Cote's thing that he's going to be running in California City. And I want to get to a little bit of the beauty of this. So he's got a really great facility to run for it. And look out in the California Arm Wrestling page. I'll put it on my personal page. I'll be tagging Josh. I've got his menu for the deli. Anybody that knows Ray, has hung out with Ray, or gone to any of his past events, will tell you that the man knows food. He knows how to cook, and now he's got a full service deli. I've seen the menu. It's amazing. I'm going to put it out on a post, and any details that are regarding this, pretty much you can say it's an event. Kind of reminds me of like Armfest or something. It sounds like it's going to be kind of a mega practice. We want to make it well worth it for him for throwing it, bring some business his direction, and support. And I'll tell you part of the reasons why it'll be really great for us and benefit. Number one, he is gonna, I know at least for the first one, he's gonna do 2 matches, where each winner gets $250. And also, oh, there it is. Also, what was the other thing? Yeah. So, because it's a mega practice, more towards, it's not quite up at Bakersfield, but it's kind of headed that direction. I think it's going to be a great centered mega practice between the North and the South. So right now, what we have is a SoCal Arm Fest in Anaheim, which primarily caters to the Southern California teams to all get together once a month. And in the North, we have it's not is it Mike McGraw that does the mega practice, or is it Silva that's doing the mega practices up there?
Well, at Mike's house is where we have the big get-togethers, like where all the teams come and we do like the call-out matches.
Right.
Matt Silva start a couple of months ago, he started doing like a mega practice up there, which quite a few people come. Yeah, but I would definitely say that the bigger get-togethers are at McGraw's.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's kind of like the central location for everybody in the North because he's in Turlock. So he's like a couple hours north from me, and like an hour and a half south of all the North guys. So he's kind of right there, you know.
Right. Okay, so that's kind of where a lot of teams from the north are getting together. And every now and then when there's been a big one, we've actually seen North come down to the South mega practice and vice versa. But now Ray's doing this. I think it's going to be a great opportunity to, get a lot more of the state together. I believe that's Ray in the chat right now. Big Country. I thought that was you. Ray says he's correcting me a little bit on this. It's $250 call out match, $250 king of the table. Ah, love it. I love me some king of the table. So yeah, that alone is really awesome. And I definitely see it being getting a huge turnout, like if it was once every 3 months, if you wanted to go big Ray. But it's possible that this could be a huge success every month. But the date, I believe that's still being hashed out. I'm not quite able to release that myself right now, but I definitely want to help promote this. I love Ray and I love the whole idea behind it. So if you have any questions on it or need some updates, reach out to me. But I'll definitely be keeping everybody posted on that. It'll definitely be a good time and helps build the sport. Tara Terry says donation posted. Yee-hoo. All right, let's see what we got. Yep, Robert posted the 40 already. Very nice. All right, and the top bid right now for the flag is, I believe, at $60, right? I'm gonna go up, $50. Yep. Carl's got it right now. Carl Gerke has the $60 bid. That's the one to beat right now. Okay, what else do we got? Let's see, Monterey Top Roller, yes, the 20th. So Ray says, my plan is to do a monthly practice if it is worth it for me. Yes, exactly. So yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure California City is a couple hours from me. It wouldn't be too unreasonable to make it each month, I think. But yeah, that's the only thing that I'm not sure about, Ray, is I feel like I know without a doubt, like a quarterly every 3 months, like a big one where you could really capitalize and we could promote each one. I think you'll get a much bigger turnout, more people showing up from the north, more people showing up from the south, and kind of making it a big thing. And I want it to be successful for you and your new business and everything like that. So that's kind of where I'm leaning in terms of just thinking specifically towards making it a big hit on your end. But man, you're the man. If you think we could pull it off every month and get a good showing, I'll do everything I can to help with that. And what else did you say? I would like to grow it to where it would be possible to sponsor one athlete to go to Worlds full ride if this works out. Come on, man, that's amazing. Yeah, I would love that too. Yes. So to repeat that, everybody, Ray is looking to work this out to where if it gets big enough to have a sponsor involved to award a sponsorship to Worlds for somebody.
Kane,
Yes.
this just in.
What do you got?
Robert Terry will donate another $100 if he can have an additional super match at North versus South with me and you tag team alternating rounds. That's what he
Oh,
wants.
crap.
Are you up for it?
So wait. We're both like coming at Robert. So
Yeah,
him versus
he already
us?
has a super match,
Yeah.
but after his super match, or aside from his super match, He wants to go against me and you alternating rounds, tag team.
Oh, that's interesting.
So our score, mine and yours, would count. Like if you lost, that would count for me, and if I lost, it
Right.
would count for you. But then his score would be just him.
Oh, dude,
So
no, yeah, no question about it. I'm in.
there
Um,
you go.
for sure. The only question is how you want to structure it. Do we want to do a best of five, or do we want to do like a best
Best
of,
of 23.
yeah. I mean, maybe even like a best of seven or something if we've got to switch back and forth. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, that's really interesting to think of like how to set the next per, how I want to set you up for the next round and you me.
I love it. I want to
Yeah.
do it so bad. So are you down for it? Because I'm 100% down.
Oh, I'm definitely in. And I already have the tactic. I want you to go first. I want you to
Okay,
get in
cool.
there with him into a hook, wear him down a lot for me, and then I'll take round two.
It's locked in. It's locked in then 100%, Robert. We will both do that. No problem.
I love it, man.
And you can even wait till that day to make your next donation if you want, just so you know if you'll
Okay,
get that match.
he says best of five. Yeah, let's do it. That's gonna be fun.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah, man. Lot of cool things. Lot of cool things going on in arm wrestling right now. Oh, and if anybody is coming to SoCal Arm Fest on Sunday, I'll have my camera there and be getting as much footage as I can. Anybody wants to bring their camera and help me out, then that would be great as well. And when I say getting footage, I mean for the North vs. South documentary. Okay. So anybody that I haven't gotten interviews from, who's competing at the event or involved with it, or just a supporter of it. I also want to get footage from the people that know the arm wrestlers, have something to say about it, have something to say about North versus South. It's going to be really interesting to add that perspective into it, kind of like a fan perspective, or just our peers talking about some of these competitors and the stories that we're going to be creating um, all around North versus South. So yeah, come to the Arm Fest on Sunday. Come pull me aside. Let's arm wrestle. Let's have a good time. Let's have a beer. Let's do some interviews, get some footage. It's well worth it if you haven't been. But I will be there. A bunch of my team Alpha Empire will be there. If you're new, we're a welcoming community. It's super nice. And I think once you come, you'll be hooked, and you'll have friends and a community like you've never had. Okay. It's different in all the best kind of ways. All right, let me check back into the chat here. So, okay. So, we've got Ray saying quarterly is fine. Also, ultimately, I want to sponsor one athlete. Beautiful. Love it. Okay. And Don Mormon says Robert is dead. I don't know. Like I need more information. I've seen footage of Robert arm wrestle, and it's impressive. The dude doesn't like to lose. He puts it all on the table. I know nothing about him. Don, have you arm wrestled all three of us? Give us the inside scoops here. Paul Stevens says, I'll take the winner.
Oh, I love it. Let's do it. Let's add that in there.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's just make this like a never-ending, continual battle royale. Like
Oh,
the
all
winners
right.
just keep going.
All right. Okay.
Somebody else might call out the winner for Paul. Paul's going to be. See, Paul has a super match the week before on his right hand, but then he's going to come and have a match with McClary. Yeah, and I think that Robert probably. I mean, is it? Ooh, that's a good question. Is it alternating hands as well, or is it solely the right hand? What are we talking, Robert?
Yeah, yeah, good question. What do you think, Robert? Both a little battle royale on both hands, or do you just want to do right? He says that he'll bring cash and Tara has a nice camera. Um, fantastic, beautiful. Yeah, we want to get
Amazing.
north versus south footage as we can. He says you are going to end up in a strap. Are you speaking specifically to me or Josh? Josh
He
has some.
must be talking to you because I don't let go. Yeah,
I love it. I
I'm
tried
holding
letting
on for dear
go.
life.
I tried letting go one time, and it was at this last PAL, and it was the funniest like thing ever. I was so bad at it, like so bad, like it was horrible. They should have. They
I,
didn't foul me for like an intentional slip, but they should have. It just looked dumb.
yeah, that's how I feel about it. I mean, I don't even. I mean, come on. Hence the name, nowhere to run. Like I don't even know how to run. Okay, so it's unfortunate, but it's true.
Yeah, man. Let's see. Oh, and yeah, Robert, when you said that you'll bring cash, what now? Bring this back to the start. When you first said what Robert said, Josh, there was some money involved? Like what?
Yeah, he said he would do another $100 donation if me and you would have a match with him.
Oh, okay. So this isn't like a bet or anything. It's just going towards a donation.
Yep,
Okay. All right.
yep.
Okay. I like it. I like it.
Hmm.
All right. Let's see. Ray says, do a virtual super match series. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Paul
Yep.
Ste- Paul Stevens says right and left. That's what Paul wants. Okay, wait. Okay, okay, okay. We're gonna end this. Yeah, he says donation. Okay, beautiful.
Yeah, I think the only thing I want to go against Paul, I mean, that now we're talking about running. I mean, now we're talking about running. We could try to have a foot race with Paul Stevens, and we'll just go that route. I mean, he's probably still going to win that. Damn it!
Yeah, we're throwing Paul in the mix, man.
Paul's a beast, man. I mean, hey, Robert's a beast too. Everybody's a beast. You guys are all beasts, but Paul, as you start to get heavier and heavier up them rankings and up that weight class, it's different. It feels different.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That would be both weird and an honor to pull Paul and Robert. Um, Amazing. I love it. I love it. Paul says, I have matches right and left the week before and with Dawn. So you guys must you guys might have a chance.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. And I hope they break them down good. Let's see. Ray says you can have several matches. Example, I meet Paul, we go live for our match, so on and so on. Okay. All right. All right. Now let's get some more money going. We're gonna keep the bidding open for the flag till the end. Now, does anybody else in the chat that wants to throw out a donation, any amount that you're comfortable with? What is it that you want to see, Josh or
Robert Terry says that he says he can smack Paul too. So
does
he
it?
said, yeah, what's up, Paul? You want some of that smoke? Leave me and Kane alone. Uh, his right should be fine after Mexicali. He should be fine. Let's lock it in, Paul. Let's lock in another match.
Yeah.
You and Robert Terry.
Okay, let's see. Let me check into the Facebook. Okay, so nobody's bidding on Facebook yet. Our only bids are on the chat so far. Let's see. Yeah, let's get some more bids for the flag. And okay. So, what would it be worth to somebody? What are you gonna do with that Irish cream whiskey or whatever you got over there?
It's already gone.
Oh, you did it already. Okay.
Yeah.
Like you don't got to pay anybody to have me drink.
No, I mean, well, that's the problem is I don't really like to drink much. But it was just sitting there. I was like, boom, chug it. If somebody's seen it, it was impressed, start to donate. Otherwise, I'm not drinking another one because I already feel like taking my shirt off. I'm very hot and sweaty right now. Off of that one cup. I'm telling you, I feel like an amateur right now. Whew.
Okay. So, okay, I mentioned two challenges earlier. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you're gonna do a Boilermaker.
Yeah, kind of, I guess. Yeah. Okay, so this, and then like right after I do it, I'll try and play some weird ass guitar solo. What is that worth to anybody? Or does it not sacrifice enough of my shame?
Okay. Robert corrected me. He said no. He wants Paul to go against me and you as well. And then after Paul goes against me and you as well, then Robert and Paul will have a super match.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah,
right.
it's a long twisted braid. It's a French braid.
So how do we make that make sense?
I have no idea. I mean, I guess. Well, I mean, we could kind of do it like this. I go round one against Robert on table one. You go round one against Paul on table two. We flip flop. Boom. Now I'm going against Paul round two. You're going against Robert round two. Boom. We flip flop again, and continue to flip flop through the best of five with both of them. And at the end of that, they both will go against each other.
Okay, so they're tag teaming as well during during.
No, they're both going to have a best of five against me and you. So best of five with Paul, table one, best of five with Robert, table two. With Paul, you start match one with Robert, I start match one.
Then we
Boom.
switch.
Round two, we switch. Yeah.
Okay. All
But
right.
they still stay there. So they're gonna, go against both of us and then each other. Ask Paul if he's down. I know you're down, Paul.
Okay, so Terry is willing to throw in $10. She'll donate $10 if we do dueling banjos. Now, Paul did suggest earlier that we did like a crossroads cutting heads kind of thing. So I don't
We cannot ruin. We're gonna ruin. We can't ruin that. We can't. We could do like stuff right now, but we already have like maybe
an
possibly
idea.
something in the works,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, so we
But
might. Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, so hint, we might be doing a little something like that. But yeah, we'll have to hold out on that. Paul says for the match, I'm down for all of it and bring it, Robert Terry. My leg weighs more than you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, good. So listen. So he said he's down for all of it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We're locking it in. It is locked in. This is going to be an exciting, crazy spectacle of arm wrestling.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get to arm wrestle so much. This is great. I love it.
Yeah.
I'll get to have a couple other matches and then do this. It's gonna be like Disneyland for me. I'm psyched. And speaking of which, we said we were going to talk about this as well. Um, so for the population in the community that isn't really interested in competing or big stage super matches or ranking matches or anything like that, uh, at the after party, the after poll, we're going to have some tables set up there as well. So if anybody wants a super match, a particular match put together or format at that after party, let us know. If you know, so we're talking the part of the population that likes to show up to practice, have a beer, and just arm wrestle and hang out. You're not really about everything else. Yeah, we'll have that set up as well. There's for sure going to be filming and live streaming. It'll for sure be included in the documentary. Um, if you don't want it to be, we don't have to, you just got to let us know if you don't want that included in the documentary. But yeah, it'll be a good time. That was one of the best parts of North versus South 1. I don't want to say the best. The event was amazing, but it just added a whole other thing
That
to it,
after party was a vibe, dude. It
wasn't
was
it?
a vibe. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we had a great time at that. And knowing that this is probably going to be bigger and that the one big ass B&B that we got still wasn't enough. Yeah, I'm thinking we might get two, but I still need to check the B&B market out there because there might be one house that's way bigger that can facilitate more people. That would be
Well, I
the
know I know there is because I've looked at a couple of them. There's like there's a 12-bedroom house out there, but it's not in a neighborhood like that. It's more of a country mansion, but it's like same thing. It's like 15 minutes from the venue,
Oh, perfect.
but
Yeah,
it'd
I
be
like
more.
that.
It's more rural instead of urban, but
That's
it's
what
a
we need.
huge mansion. Yeah. So I'll send you the picture of the one that I seen, and you could shot look at it and see if it makes sense or whatever. I don't know.
Does it have a pool?
No.
Oh, damn. All right. That's okay. We'll make it fun.
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah.
for those other reasons, that would definitely be the more ideal choice. Something a little bit more secluded so that we can really get numbers there and not have any issues or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing I wanted to cover, first off, let me see what Robert's saying here.
Use
Battle
the restroom one
Royale
second.
dollars. Yeah, go ahead. So on Facebook here, let's see, where was it? Regarding the post about what people would like to see the sport look like in 3 years. What, you know, what would that be? So I'm going to go through a few of the answers that were put in there. We had Caleb saying following. Um, not quite sure what you meant on that, Caleb, but I don't know, maybe more people following the sport, which would be, yeah, definitely a step in the right direction. We had Matt Craig saying wrestling, and more specifically, he says for the sport in 3 years to look like Olympic wrestling. Tom Nelson, he chimed in and said, enough for the future kids to make a living off of this sport. I really like that. I really do like that. That's really thinking forward for the sport. Definitely one of the root fundamental things I feel like that could be done that really changes the shape and level of this sport. Rick Banas II says, I would merge all the different arm wrestling promoters and organizations into one nationwide governing body responsible for scheduling all state and regional tournaments and just one national championship to qualify for Team USA to compete at Worlds. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. I think that's the kind of the epitome of the what, especially North American arm wrestling, getting to a level that props it up to the world level in a way that makes sense. Um, that is a really tough one that I've wrestled with a lot because it seems like the obvious answer to kind of get up to par with where the Europeans are at and the format that they're using. Even in North America, if we consider Canada, they have a lot more similarities to European structure of arm wrestling. Everything is a lot more united in Canada. It's primarily here in America where we've got so many things kind of factioned out. And I'm definitely like, I've got one foot over in that camp. Obviously would love to see it more organized. But the other foot not only sees that as being very difficult for us to do at this point, with how many different promotions there are, the different types. But I'm also starting to kind of see a little bit of beauty behind that. We're seeing some really interesting events pop up everywhere that are really getting top-notch talent out. I love what LeRae Jenkins is doing out there. It's just really interesting to see something that, I'm not sure he intended it to be like a new nationals or whatever, but when we have different established nationals out here and we're not getting all the heavy hitters to show up to all of them, and then LeRae goes out and he throws some crazy round robin or this event he's got next December with 32-man brackets, and just killers are all getting involved with it. It's interesting, and I'm starting to be curious with all the growth that's happening and how many events, how often they are, if we just kind of need to take that ball and run with it a different way. I don't have an answer for that, but I'm definitely seeing some beauty in the many interesting promotions that we have, and maybe pushing that a little bit further to a point where the success in this sport in America might just look different than in the rest of the world. And I might even go as far as to say it might make it look better in the rest of the world too, because despite the fact that we have more organization outside of this country, and more of an ability to decipher particular rankings, who's the best in the world or whatever, because of that unification, I believe that structure could also be hindering the growth of the sport into something bigger with more sponsorship money and more spectatorship, just more exposure to the rest of the world. Because arm wrestling in and of itself, the sport itself, especially in that real tight rule set and what we know of overseas, it is pretty boring for the rest of the world, and it is very hard to understand in that format too. So I'm starting to believe that it would be hard to think that that side of the sport, that kind of format, that unified, very serious minded side of the sport, um, could ever be compared to some of the large Olympic sports. I mean, because that was like the idea, right? If we were to do all that, we could be at, some Olympic prestige and have the type of spectatorship and sponsorship that kind of like gets behind things like that. Um, I have a feeling that with the current path that the United States is on with arm wrestling, that we could potentially be what brings it more exposure, a lot more exposure, a lot more money. And when you have that fundamental basis, what you can do with it Now there's more options. It seems like you can really get creative with that. As long as it seems like something interesting to the rest of the world, and the community itself has vastly grown at that point. Yeah, there could be a lot more money and ability to make us fit more into that world stage, but it can have so much more. So sorry, that's all I'm gonna say on that. I just think it's a really interesting topic. Travis Provencher says, if Ingen keeps up his success, I say that he could sell what he's doing for 100 million in 3 years, especially if the oil money in Dubai buys it, then it'll be a major success over there. I believe the same potentially is possible here. You just have to find the right person of interest to run with it. So I guess that would be the goal, to replicate what he's doing and add or perfect what you think would be better. I don't think it will ever reach MMA heights. WWE, not sure either. So very interesting thoughts, very business minded thoughts there from Travis Provencher. Sorry, Provencher. Um, and Travis ran a great first event at the Kringle Poll. We had a lot of fun with that, and there was a lot of interesting concepts there. So appreciate the thoughts there. I think there's some validity there, because what Ingen is doing is amazing. And sure, I don't see any reason why we couldn't um, do events of that magnitude or level here. Um, I don't know, like, is it easier for him to do that? I don't think we would want to take away from that East versus West format, but could we potentially have productions at that level? Sure, why not? Eric Gonzalez says, to have it as a co-ed sport in public school system, even on the collegiate level. Very cool. Similar to Tom Nelson's outlook, get it in the schools. And I remember Eric Bana the second did reply to that as well. And my baby, when I was reading it, accidentally slapped the phone, and then it was gone. Like she must have hit and held like a delete by accident or something. But I will summarize that he tried to do that. He said he tried to do that, and naturally, a lot of the other sports organizations at the schools, your football, baseball, I think he said, were concerned about injury. And that's very true. I've heard that from other people that have tried to get it involved in schools, and that's it's not just with schools, it's people just wanting to try the sport in general. They're scared. We've got viral videos of people out there breaking their arms and stuff like that, and it does happen. The short time I've been in the sport, I think I've seen or heard the noise of five arm breaks. Now, I think a lot of them are contributed by the sport being somewhat in its infancy. I know it's been around a long time, but in terms of exposure to the rest of the normal world, I feel like it's very young. Because before I got into it, and I didn't even know it was a thing, just like everyone else in the world, it was a very like, you know, isolated sport where a small community of people knew about it, and the events that were accessible, they all showed up at, because there were nowhere near as many as there are now. But I think a lot of arm breaks can be prevented. And not only that, let's be real, football is way more dangerous. I played football in high school and before that, and baseball, basketball. Those sports are riddled with injuries, especially football. The concussions, the breaks, all kinds of injuries. People blow out their knees in these sports and have to completely alter the direction of their lives based on injuries like that in those sports. I think arm wrestling is way safer than all of those sports. Um, and is definitely not going to kill you or anything. but as it's just one of the misconceptions about the sport. That's mostly what people think when they see it, and I'm sure schools are concerned about it. So to me, long story short, we need to change that thinking. We need to change it as the sport gets bigger. We need to show that everybody can arm wrestle and you can do it. You can do it safely. The majority of the arm breaks that I've seen is from talented, strong people that are kind of thrusted into a competitive side of the sport that perhaps didn't get the careful training and safety and the slower progression into competition that is necessary with the sport. So yeah, I think it can be done. The sport just it sucks. We need it in schools to build the sport, but we kind of need to build the sport to change the perception of it before that can happen. Um, yeah, before I move on to other uh ideas of what people would like the sport to look like in 3 years, Josh, what do you have to say about that? Because I know you're a big advocate of arm wrestling in schools. General consensus being this sport is too dangerous.
Yeah, obviously, when you see an arm break, it's gonna, it gets your oohs and ahs, right? Um, but the one thing that I would urge people to focus on is that there is like no risk for brain injury or any neurological thing that can happen in this sport. Things that are long lasting that ruin your life and completely change it. An arm break, yes, that can put a damper on things and slow you down with some things, but you're going to come right back from it, and that's the worst thing that can happen in this sport. Okay, nobody's breaking their neck and laying on the arm wrestling table and not getting up. Nobody's getting hit so hard that they're concussed and have to worry about brain damage. Nobody, any of these things that these other sports that are fed to our kids, constantly. Arm wrestling is nowhere near as dangerous,
Right.
especially when you have it being taught the right way from somebody who's going to teach those things as far as safety and correct form and things like that. And just like any other sport, if you did that, and similar to what you guys did the other day, and I've been saying this since the beginning, like people should do it like a martial arts dojo, but that's what you guys did the other day. That's how it would be in schools, in my opinion. That's how it should be. And if it was, and it was a classroom that was an hour-long class, just like any other class, and the kids came to it, and it's okay, now set up, we're going to do back pressure, and we're going to, this is part of physical education, as well as learning all the nuances, which, it takes an intellectual to be good at the sport. So, yeah, I would definitely compare and contrast before making a rash decision like that. But I do think that the way that it will grow as far as a mainstay or leaning towards the Olympic side of it is in the schools. That's the way that that's going to happen. Any collegiate or school sport usually is pushed towards the Olympics. That's what you're prepping for. You're at school and you're prepping for the next level, which is the Olympiad, and that's what you're doing now. If we are focusing on trying to get this more of a UFC or a WWE type event where it's more theatrical and more entertainment value, well, then you don't really, it doesn't have to start in the schools. It's as simple as doing really valuable clips, like the slap fighting has been for Dana White, viral clips, whether it's the smack talk or whatever it is, or impressive victories, whatever it is, because we live in a society right now where everybody is kind of short attention span. So they want everything in a very condensed, very small, very fast, from beginning to end point in a very small, minuscule time. So knowing those two things, where are we trying to take it? there's definitely avenues and roads that can lead both ways. Um, and it depends on where you are, right? If we're looking for our athletes to get paid like, other sports, then we need to lean towards the entertainment side. If we're looking for this thing to be taken seriously, as serious as possible, then we're looking towards the Olympics. Like that's right, and those are the balance beams. Um, in the middle somewhere is nice, but yeah, there's a lot of avenues, in my opinion, that lead to those. Um, Mainly it's finding something that is exciting and condensing that into a package that's easily explainable and perceivable to the viewers. Easily condense and easily show them this is what the sport is. That's not going to happen by matches losing on fouls. That's not going to happen by 3.5 minutes of setting up and then just going to the strap anyway. There's a lot of things that can be dialed in to make this thing, again, if we're leaning towards the entertainment side of it. But I do agree, long-winded, sorry. I do agree that it starts with the new generation. No matter what you're doing, if you can get the new generation involved, then that's obviously the trend. We have to make it a trending thing. We have to make it an exciting thing because everybody wants to keep up with the Joneses. Everybody wants to do what Johnny's doing at the end of the block. So it has to become popular and accepted like that.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I like everything you had to say. I definitely think educating the general public on how the sport works, the technique and everything about it, is going to help a lot. They need to be informed into how it works for it to be entertaining. And yeah, that it would have to be in some kind of condensed form. In terms of the stigma of danger, gosh, Derek says it all the time, like on his show, Alpha Empire, we've never had an arm break on our team. It's never happened. And that's through team support and training, how to pull safely. Not that it can't happen to the best of us, but you know, when when somebody wants to get in the sport and they realize that you can get in with a team and you can be trained on these things and safety, and feel more comfortable, that's a huge thing. And oh, one thing I do want to bring up, you mentioned how the team was doing the drilling on Easter. Yeah, if anybody saw, I think Todd Calazo put out a video clip of that. Amazing. It looks so cool. It looks so clean. And I don't know that it's set in stone, but there's a good probability that we're going to be doing something like that on Wednesdays. But so there is a possibility that this show will move to Thursdays for that. I don't like having to move the show time, but I do know that there's a lot of people that have shows going on Wednesday nights. Maybe it would be better for that reason, but for me, it would primarily be for the team. My team is very important to me. So is everything that we're doing here, but there might have to be a little compromise for that because I am psyched that we're starting to do these things. And I think that kind of plays into what you were talking about earlier. We start advocating for things like that to where a team practice is not people always just getting together and having beers and arm wrestling. That's great. It's an important part of the sport and everything like that. But it's also an important part of growing the sport to see teams that do take it to a serious level that we see in other sports where there are drills happening and people are getting together to put in that specific work. The programming that Derek has set out for some things that we're doing with the team is unbelievable. It's really cool, and hopefully we
I
see
like
that.
to stress I like to stress that point real quick too. That's one thing that I've always felt is that the team aspect is the most important selling point of this sport. And we get a lot of times we get hung up. Sorry, we get hung up in the fact that it's an individual fight at the table, and we don't take into consideration the team aspect of it. Well, just think about this. Think about if you went to go watch another sport and you seen the basketball players on the basketball court in jeans and t-shirts, and this guy has a hoodie on, and this guy over here has sweats, and this guy over here. It really wouldn't. The aesthetic of it wouldn't look so professional or appealing, right? The first time I seen a real arm wrestling table, I was just like, "Oh wow, this is like real." It's right. So the same thing goes with teams wearing matching uniforms, right? Any sport that is taken seriously has that. They have every team wears a matching uniform. They wear the same shirt, the same pants, the same whatever it is. And the appeal of that is now the passersby that see it are interested because now it looks like a professionally organized thing. It doesn't look like that stereotype of what people have always thought arm wrestling is, just the beer drinking, bar hopping, whatever. Right? You see these guys, oh, look at, they're all matching in yellow. Oh, these guys all have red jerseys. What's their name? Oh, they have, that's a cool team name, whatever it is. But that's what sells the sport. And that is what sponsors will get behind. It is much easier to sponsor a team than it is an individual athlete, unless you are Michael Jordan, Devin, these top, you have to be like the top one guy, right? I mean, look we talked to Gabby Vasconcelos, who's been the number one female for how long, and she's never been sponsored. She's never been had a hotel paid for or a trip paid for to go to an event. I mean, that alone is right. So those things all make a huge difference. Us looking professional to the public makes a huge difference. Just like the referees, there should always only be referees that are in referee uniforms. I understand when we're having get-togethers in the backyard, that's all fun. But whenever we're putting on an event and we're calling this an event, the referees should be dressed as such, right? Just like the athletes should.
Yep. Yeah. 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 Definitely showing up and looking like we are a sport. Tara Terry says super match update for North versus South. Blanca Vega is not able to have a match with me. Anyone from South California want or need a match?
I think everybody wants to see the rematch with Grace and her.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Is Grace already set up for a match?
I mean, she has a match with Brandon Elsner.
That's right.
Which we definitely don't want to take from that or take, they set that up on their own. But she does, the great thing about arm wrestling is that she does have two arms.
She does. She does.
So
And the Elsner match, is that left or right?
I believe it's right-handed.
Okay. Okay.
I believe it's right-handed.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely, I think, the match a lot of people want to see happen. I am also curious who else is out there that could potentially challenge Tara from the South.
I mean, all I'm saying is this, right? We all live in California. And it's great. I mean, everybody has lots of stuff to do, and that's all understandable. But if you have an opportunity to go after a spot in your home state, it's probably a good thing to take it. So if Terry or Grace wants a match with somebody, you guys should jump on it. Jump on it. That's an opportunity. It's a good opportunity to be to see where you are at that level, to see if you can take their spot or whatever it might be. But this is our home battleground, and those are the accolades that mean the most to all of us that go to all the shows.
Right. So if Grace and Tara both prefer right arm, I think it would make sense to see them pull right arm. And since with Brandon Elsner, I'd see it more of an exhibition match that would be really cool to watch. maybe that should be left. But sounds like a little bit of talking to these people.
I would is Grace still in the comments? I mean, maybe you can message her now and ask her and see if we can get her input, because she's really the know all say all about that. If she decides that she wants the opportunity to rematch Tara, which um again, it's one of those situations. It's like this is a great opportunity. Do I pass this up or what? I think I feel like the Brandon thing was just them setting up a match so they had a match. I mean, I know that it's like a fun thing and it's super exciting, but I don't think that Grace thought she had that opportunity at the time, right? So, yeah,
Okay.
because Tara at first was set up with Blanca. So,
And Tara said she's willing to pull Grace left. Okay. So
okay.
I'll just send her a quick little voice message. Don't know if you're still watching the show, Grace. Tara just messaged in the chat that her match with Blanca fell through. Blanca had to back out for some reason, and she's looking for a match with somebody from the South. What do you think? I know, what is it? You have a match with Brandon Elsner right hand, I think. So the question is, do you want a rematch with Tara? And would you be down? She's down to do that left hand with you. Or if you decide to switch your match with Brandon to left hand and want to do right with Tara, let us know. Hop back into the chat. Message sent. Okay, now going back.
I think we literally just, if Grace says yes to that, we literally have set up like a good 6 matches just on the show tonight.
Yeah. We brought some money in too. Yeah, thank you, Robert Terry. And we still have the highest bid for the flag is $60, which is amazing. Right now that's Carl Gerke's bid. We won't be on the show that long tonight, so just anybody that wants that flag, remember this is going to be the first of its kind. We'll see about getting that numbered. Alpha Empire flag. It's a 2 foot by 3 foot black Alpha Empire flag. Derek Smith is going to sign that flag and we will send it to you. Whoever you are,
Where's Todd Calizo? Where's Todd Calizo at? I know
oh, come
he wants
on.
to bid
Yeah,
on it. I
Todd.
know he wants to bid on it.
Okay, all right. Back to let's see, people's vision of the sport in 3 years. Stephanie Spencer said that she liked WAL. Yeah, I don't think anybody could argue with that. Um, yeah, I've heard a lot of different discrepancies as to why it's been difficult for them to start that back up again, why it ended, and hopefully we could see something like that again. But I think the important thing to understand, yeah, it would be great if WAL themselves came back, and I have faith that they can. The atmosphere might be a little different now, might work better. But there's no reason why we can't also look at what made it so great and find ways to do it in, ways that maybe financially make sense to pull it off or something. I know that they put a lot into that at a time where it would be hard to uh, get get back from it for the large amounts of money that were put into something like that. Alan Hodsey Pesic, great comment. I love this. It's definitely madcap. I love it. Alan Hodsey says, bigger pads. Love that right off the bat. I definitely want to see bigger pads. He says, less rules, make it more fun. Can't argue with that. It's boring right now because it's over controlled, he says. So that's the first part of his vision of the sport in 3 years. He also says, have it to where tournaments don't affect rank. If you want a rank, then have a super match. tournaments should be about the tournaments. And that makes a whole lot of sense. A lot of people would agree with that. I know a lot of people in the chat, like Brandon Allen and Michael Brown, agreed with that a lot. But yeah, I mean, how can it not make sense when tournament brackets have so many variables for that to equate to ranking? Whereas a super match, it's very specific. You are trained up, you are fresh, you are ready to go. So is your opponent, ideally. And you guys have a best of 5 that fully solidifies who's the better arm wrestler. Whereas, the randomization of brackets, how many people you pulled before you got to your ranked puller, whatever, there's just so many damn variables in a tournament. So I totally agree with that. Definitely agree with it. It would be in its infancy to switch something like that over, being that all of the rankings are primarily functioning off of tournaments. But yeah, like if everything else happens in the sport that I think we collectively want to see, which is more money come into the sport in a different way, like, where there's big payouts and you, as a pro, you're not actually paying to compete. Then at these tournaments, yeah, you're going to try and be that ultimate winner, to try and make money. Maybe there's payouts for third place too, but you're going for that. You're going for that prestige. I went to this tournament that everybody knows about, and I won that tournament, and I got my trophy or my medal and my cash and all that. You take it home, and had absolutely nothing to do with ranking. Um, I I agree with that. Super matches are great ways to establish ranking. What do you think, Josh?
I think it's the only I think it's the only way that there's no variables and no discrepancy. And also, like what we were talking about, I think that there should be number one contenders, and you should earn your spot. I think that to be the number one contender, or uh, in layman terms, number two, to be number two, you have had to beat number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to get there and to even earn that shot. That way, there's never a discrepancy, because if you look at, again, other combat sports, that's how they work.
That's how it's done.
That's how they work. There's a number one contender that's beat everybody, and now he's earned the spot to contend against the champion.
Right.
And then there's no discrepancy.
And the reason why is because they're one-on-one combat sports. So you have to have a one-on-one fight and go in order to dictate where you are in a ranking. You can't go and arm wrestle 15, 20 people in a tournament to figure out, where you are in a ranking with a randomized bracket. That it doesn't make a whole lot of sense for a one-on-one combat sport. Yeah, very, very, very smart input, Alan. I really appreciate that comment. And there's a lot to think about there for a lot of us. Let's chew on it, let's stew on it. And if we like it, let's write that story backwards and materialize it. What would we have to do? Small steps, square one, to get to something like that sensibly. Checking back in the chat, Grace Bear is back in. She says, I'm here. I'm taking Tara both arms. Sorry, Brandon, I'll get you next time. Oh, her sights just completely went over to Tara. It looks like we've got some some messaging to do, Josh. Grace asks, Tara, you want
I
me
love it.
She's asking Tara, if you want her to cut to a specific weight. Tara says it doesn't matter what you weigh, don't sweat it. You gotta love that confidence. I love it. And Grace says sounds good. All right, done deal. We're gonna see the rematch at North versus South. Very, very, very good stuff. I think there was one other comment on the whole vision of the sport in 3 years, and that was from oh no, two, two. Okay, this one's funny. From Greg Lee, have two leagues, one for pancakes and one for no pancakes. Oh, okay. All right. Um, yeah, I'm gonna take that as funny. I don't know if like I think a lot of people, I know a lot of people would be serious about something like that. But yeah, I don't even know, man. That's so complicated. And honestly, like just from my perspective, actually competing with people that enjoy pancakes and people that don't, like it's a very small percentage, in my opinion, of those that like to eat pancakes where it feels like, I was like disadvantaged or something. Um, it's about putting in the work. There's so many people that like to eat pancakes that they're not really like putting in the work, you know. I
I
wholeheartedly,
prefer French toast.
yeah, yeah, I wholeheartedly believe that the person eating French toast that happens to be working their ass off versus the person that's eating pancakes and maybe not working their ass off because they're eating pancakes. I think the
Yep.
French toast eater is gonna smack that ass every time. And I just try not to even bring my mind there. If you are a super heavyweight arm wrestler trying to be the best in the world, then that might that might be an issue to think about. But for everybody else, I could I could care less personally. And Todd Calazo says a high school sport or a city league for youth. I really like the city league thing too, because that definitely I think that's the back door route into schools, right? Um, because wouldn't it be easier to start some sort of league in a county or something like that, um, for youth outside of the school system in a way that you can kind of control it, and have the different coaches and everything, and show that it can be done to the schools, or have some form of affiliation between that and the school system, that maybe promotes directly to the schools, now releasing liability from the schools. This is an after school program. This is a league that doesn't exist within the school system. um I don't know. I think that could definitely be an easier method than just expecting that we can immediately inject it into schools themselves. What do you guys think?
Makes sense.
Yes, yes, yes. Don Marmon says donuts. I think he's referring to the French toast and pancake conversation. I'm with you, bro. I love me some donuts. Donuts are good. Donuts are donuts are delicious. So we got Big Allen in the house. The coach of the arm wrestling or Orange County arm wrestling team and the facilitator for the Arm Fest that everyone will be attending this Sunday. He's in the chat. He says, in regards to super matches, you should be able to challenge somebody. If they ignore or deny it, then after 3 months, you take their spot. I like it. I like it. I like it. There's 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 people at the top of the list in my weight class rankings in California, at least. They don't like to pull super matches, and I can't get a super match with them. I want a super match with them, but the only way that they compete and earn their ranking is through tournaments. And that sucks. It does. Nothing against them. There's people that like to compete certain ways, but I'm with you, Alan. I'm with you. Alan also says this way forces people to take matches. Yes, so there's no gatekeeping, I think is what they call it. Or something like that where people can't just sit on their ranking and do nothing with it. Okay. I like it. I like it. I like it. That definitely sounds good. And there's a lot of people that are at the tippy top that, might not be concerned about a state ranking and would be perfectly fine with something like that to take place. I do see that often because yeah, once you get to kind of a world level or you're involved in high productions and everything, of course your sites are going to be more on that, and it does make room for everybody else when you implement little guidelines like that. Terry says, then change the rules. Well, where's the man behind the curtain? What do we got to do? It's tough. It goes back to what Rick Bana II was saying in regards to there being so many separate promotions. How do you change some of these fundamental things when there's so many promotions? I do know the way that like Josh and I have been trying to come at it is because there's so many promotions, fine, let's just throw a new promotion and try something different. So I figure that's kind of the only way we can do it. Downside is we can't expect that every other promotion is going to fall in line and do the same thing, but we can always try something new and be the test monkeys, see how it works. If it's a success, then yeah, more reason for other promotions to want to try similar things. I, I think that's it. Tara says we need a community vote. I love it. I love it. Don Mormon says, I know Tara, but oh, so good. Big Allen says, point me in the direction of the rule makers. I will sit on them. Yeah, where is that person behind the curtain writing all these things out? I don't know. Yeah, it's a lot of people just trying to make something work, but I don't know. Like the way I want to try and look at it is okay, all of these ideas, the ones that you guys are bringing about, anything that Josh and I propose, it's very important to me that we all possess at least the outlook that there's nothing wrong with this sport. Um, it's not really about complaining or taking for granted what we have and what we love this sport, we partake in it, we train, we sacrifice in it for a reason. Not to mention this sport has grown exponentially in the last few years for a reason. This is a beautiful sport, and everything that we're doing in every part of the world for this sport is amazing. There's no reason though why we can't take that momentum of the growth of this new just uplifting of growth in the sport and see what kind of other fun ideas we can throw at it, nurture it, and grow it bigger. So that's the tough part. I feel like with confronting these kind of things is it's not about trashing other promotions. It's not about trashing other formats or ways of doing things. They've been there for a reason. The sport has been around for a while and functioned with very little. But we can embrace that, appreciate it, and if we want to try something new, go out there and do it. So for an example of not doing that would be trying to go to an existing promotion that's been doing something a certain way and trying to convince them to change that. I personally, and I know Josh, we've talked about this a lot and agree that, if we want to try something new and think it might help the sport, then go out there and do it. You know, that's all there is to it. We can't expect to change other people's minds or promote that there's something wrong with what anybody else is doing. It all helps.
I agree 100%. Yes.
Let's see. Tara says, just need to get with all the organizers like UAL, Jody Smith, and those putting on California tournaments and try and get a standard rule for super matches and state rankings. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that would be a bad idea. Opening the conversation to all of them could be a good thing. Um, yeah, it's just that's a big change, when so many of them are operating differently. I don't think it would be a bad conversation to happen. Um, I am curious if we need to see more super match promotions showing success to kind of solidify the idea of a change like that. And I feel like it's kind of happening. I thought I heard Texas has their own ranking just for super matches, which is very interesting. They actually keep them separated. And of course, North versus South, huge hit that people are responding really well to. And this is the second year of it. It's primarily a super match based event. So just kind of a leading by example type situation. Uh, I guess what I'm trying to get across is if you're going into a room full of investors and you want them to invest in your product, your business, your idea, or something new, you're not just going in there and saying, I've got this idea. I think it would be great for this, and that reason. Can you invest in it and let's blow this thing up? It's those investors, they don't usually care about those things. What they want to see is the existing numbers. What have you done on your own with this idea that proves this is something that we should get behind? Show me your independent growth. Show me the response that you've gotten from consumers. Um, show me what you've been doing and what's worth investing in. So I kind of see it the same way, and it's happening, you know, lot of fun out of the box events and ideas and things like that are happening and um proving to be successful. I think we just kind of need to keep that ball rolling. What else do we got, Josh?
I couldn't find apple cider vinegar, so I took a shot of olive oil.
Are we doing this? We're not accepting donate. We're just gonna do some crazy stuff or what? Somebody
No,
throw
no.
a donation. Josh just took a shot of olive oil and downed a cup of Irish cream whiskey. Yeah, I mean
Yeah,
I still haven't touched mine. Um, I've got a shot and an 8 point something or other per 8.2% space dust beer. Um, you can watch a non-drinker drink both of those as fast as possible, chug, and then I'll either play a solo of my choice, or you guys could, I don't know, tell me to play something and I'll do it. Um, Josh and I can't do the cutting thing heads thing yet, but open to ideas. Let's see. We're gonna have to close bids eventually. Trying to see if we have any other. Let's see. Okay, no bids
I'll
on
eat this
Facebook.
dog treat. I'll eat this dog treat right now for $100.
$100. Who's gonna donate $100 to see Josh eat? I don't know. That dog treat looks pretty good, man. It looks just like a little steak.
Yeah, they try to fool you.
Does it smell pretty terrible though?
Yeah, I mean, it smells like a Slim Jim.
Oh, okay. Not too bad. All right.
I'll
Robert says,
drink a shot of bleach right now for 4,000.
no, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. So Robert says a little dueling banjos for $20. I can only remember that like the beginning of that Deliverance part.
Yeah, I mean, me too.
Remember? Yeah. Yeah, see, I could do that first part and then just start like making crap up from there. What do we got? Something to plug into.
Wait a minute. Robert told me, no way. He said you keep those in your pocket all day for snacks. Talking about the dog treat. Put it back in the bag.
Where's my cord? That's not a cord. So unprepared. Is that a cord? No, that's not a cord. So where's the rest of you? You are. Oh. Okay. Something like that, right? Can you even hear that on your end?
Yeah.
I don't know that one. I've only seen Deliverance once.
How about some cliffs of Dover?
Okay. I don't, is it worth $10 that I did it and Josh didn't?
Pretty much. I mean, do you want me to get the guitar? I can go get the guitar right now if we're supposed to
Yeah.
do something.
Yeah, yeah, get the guitar. Get the guitar. Okay, so any other requests before we wrap up the show? Worth any donations to a worthy cause. This isn't for me, it's not for Josh. This is going to be for the winner of the sponsorship program. Oh, Robert's sending something right now for the little dueling banjo thing. I didn't duel with anybody, but maybe Josh and I'll maybe we'll cut a little bit of heads. Maybe just a little. And I'm kind of happy. No one's really asking no one's really asking me to drink. I'm not very good at drinking.
Hold on 1 second. I need to wash my hands.
Okay. All right, I'll try. Oh, you got the acoustic out. All right. So I'm all, oh, Johnny Salami's in the house. What's up? So Josh, do you actually have the Zoom like app or whatever for this, or are you just clicking the link? Like, do you have a Zoom account?
I think so.
Okay. So for me on the top left of my Zoom, it says custom okay, original sound for musicians off. Oh, so you wouldn't have heard any of that. Hold on, let me switch mine to on. I can kind of hear you a little bit. You might have a setting on your Zoom, mine's the top left corner, where you can
Top
switch
left.
original sounds. Yeah, original sound for musicians. Click that to on. It should come through a little clearer. Did you find it?
I don't know.
All right, play something.
Really?
A little bit more.
How?
Yeah, man, it comes. Can any? Okay, I can hear a little bit. Okay, let me try this. I want to flip my camera now. See if you can see what mine says up on the top. It's right here, and what it says is original sound musician, and you click that to on, and it'll make it so that we can like hear actual music. Oh, okay, Robert's saying we can hear it good from both of you. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, for a good cause, what do you guys want to hear? What do you want to hear Josh play? Let's have, okay, how about Josh improvs a song for anybody that donates $10 to the sponsorship? $10, Josh will write a song about you. So I think
Let's do it.
I think when I fix my setting to musician, It Cliffs of Dover. Will Cleman says Cliffs of Dover. That's a good song. I don't think I ever learned it. Could figure it out though. The setting I found it actually on like my browser in Zoom. Um, but I don't know. I think people are saying that they can hear you okay. Okay, who's gonna be the one? Who's gonna be the one to donate $10? And Josh will write a song about you right now. Tara said she would donate $10 right now if you write a song for her dad.
Robert wants you to play Amazing Grace, Kane.
Oh, on the guitar? Okay, I'd have to like instrumental. We are up to $384. Not bad. So who's going first? You gonna write a song for Robert?
Hey, I've been doing all the challenges. You
Oh.
gotta do something here. Give me a break.
Okay, wait. Let me find the key.
My mouth
here.
tastes like olive oil. No, I'm just playing. I'm down for whatever, buddy. You know what?
There it is. Somewhere right there, right? Is it here? Yeah. There you go, Mr. Robert
Awesome.
Terry.
That's
That was for
beautiful.
you. I've never played that one in my life, but we know it now. Robert says, God bless you both. It's your turn, bro. How about some lyrics?
Okay. Okay. What
Oh,
lyrics are we singing?
yeah, so Tara says, oh, she said that's awesome. Thank you. Dad's giving you 20 for that one, Kane. That was absolutely beautiful. Oh, thank you. Oh, you should write a song about how we're gonna destroy him in the battle royale. And you should write Paul into it too.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh God. Let me see.
Johnny Salami says Guns N' Roses. Wait, are you playing right now? You are? See, I can't hear it. Can anybody else hear it? I hate that about Zoom. It has to I wish I could set it for you. Yeah, I could see you playing, but I can't hear it. I can't hear it. Yeah, Tara says no. Yeah, it's not coming through. Yeah, I had to go through some stuff to get that switched. Let me see if I can screen share it so you could see. I heard that a little bit. What you just did. Let's see. Where was it? Personal content, personal devices, whiteboard, note surveys, recording, scheduler settings. Zoom apps. Audio conferencing. No, that's not it. Yeah, I'd have to like Google it, I think. I can't even remember how I did it. Admin user reports data privacy. Run his clip scheduler. Oh, I hear that.
I feel like you can hear certain stuff, but you can't hear the others.
Yeah, there's only like certain things that are coming through, especially if you play faster. Only so much comes through. Let's see. Right now I'm going to Google. Enable on Zoom. Enable live performance audio during a meeting. In the top left corner of the meeting window, the current status of the live performance audio feature is indicated. Click the live performance audio icon to toggle this on or off. A notification will appear indicating if the feature is currently enabled or not. See, that's the thing I'm curious about is if I wonder if like I do it on my end, if it should be on your end too. Yeah. Let's see. So nothing up in the top left?
No, all I see is the button that says live and a button to turn my camera around and then a button that shows the speaker volume. On the bottom, I see reactions, share, record, captions, whiteboards, apps, notes, and more. When I click more, it pops up meeting settings and disconnect audio. When I click meeting settings, it doesn't show me anything about audio.
Interesting. Zoom US, meeting on Zoom hide views. Stop video, mute audio. Yeah, we'll have to figure this out another time. But let's see.
No?
Okay. Well, since we can't hear your guitar, I could like hear glimpses of it, and it sucks because it's really good. Um, you might just have to be the singer.
All right, let's go.
Yeah?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So
Get down to Louisiana, across to New Orleans.
So we need a good riff that tells Robert and Paul how we're going to beat them really, really bad. Uh, at North versus South. I think something fun. Too happy?
No, you know that song, you're no good, you're no good, you're no good, baby, you're no good. We could do a rendition and be like, you're too old, you're too old, you're too old, Robert, you're too old. And Paul is too.
It's a battle royale. We're coming for you. Mr. Terry and Mr. What's Paul's
Stevens
last name
too.
again?
Stevens.
Stevens. All right. We're coming for you. We're coming in round 2 till your hand turns blue.
We're coming for you. Not one, but 2. Tag team on both of you, old mother effers. You're through. We're coming for you. We'll have to find you both a seat in the handicap section.
Josh has got round 1. He's gonna have some fun. He's gonna blow up your hand till you are done. Then I'm coming for you. Coming in round 2. I'm gonna blast through you before you ever knew.
Yeah.
But round 3.
I love it.
Josh will drop you like a tree. He thinks we're gonna need some aspirin. I think we're gonna give it back to you. Oh no, it's round 3. And it's looking like it's gonna be 3-0.
Yeah. Exactly what it's going to be. 3-0.
And then we'll step aside and say, "Okay, gentlemen, now you can fight each other."
Exactly.
Okay. I'll try one more thing before we close out the show. So I will attempt the hardest guitar solo. I actually wrote this one to be too hard. We'll just try it. I can't do it. It's too distorted anyways. Can you even hear any of that?
I can hear enough to know that you're
Okay, I'll
pretty
try it
damn
without a
good
little
with
bit
the
of
guitar,
distortion.
bro.
All right, here we go. Here we go.
Sounds good, Kane.
I don't know.
Awesome, bro. I really love that little run of the hammer-ons and pull-offs, like back to back. That's really good.
I'm out of practice. But yeah, if any of these shenanigans were worth anything to anybody, go throw just a few bucks over at the GoFundMe to help sponsor a California arm wrestler. We did get quite a bit raised for today. The link for the GoFundMe is in the description section down below. And our official winner of the Alpha Empire flag. Let's double check the chat here. Let's see. So it will be Carl Gerke. Yes, at $60. Yep, okay. So Carl Gerke, you are good to go ahead and click the link and put your $60 in, and we will be in touch with you for where to send that signed flag over. And I really appreciate the donation. That was really cool of you. And I will, just in case you're not watching, I'll message you to let
Robert
you.
wants us to play Hell's Bells. He wants Hell's Bells. It's always next week, you know.
So let me double check the GoFundMe, see where we are at. Okay. Yes, we raised oh, Robert put in another 20, I think. Amazing. Cool. Yeah, we over 100 we got today on the show. So we'll keep trying to come up with some way. Well, no, actually, because Carl hasn't got his in yet. Yeah, I think we might end up landing. yeah, we might be landing closer to the 200 side for the show. So really, really, really awesome. I'm glad for that. We still have, yeah, we should be right around 450 for the GoFundMe so far. So that's pretty good for just a few days. So anybody that thinks we can't do it, I don't know, man. I think we're gonna go past the 4K um, by
Yeah.
July 20th. Yeah, for sure. Let's see. Yep. Okay. All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks for all the donations and everything like that. We'll be back at it next week. And again, if you're around in the SoCal area this weekend, definitely come by ArmFest. Come hang out with us. Come arm wrestle, and come get some footage for the documentary that's being done. Josh, thanks as always for everything that you do. And
Sir.
maybe we'll get a little something musical going for North versus South. We'll see. Um, and yeah, everybody have a great night.
All right. Thank you, brother. Thank you very much, Kane. Likewise, man.
All right, man.
Robert Terry.